Your body is constantly working behind the scenes to keep you safe, running countless protective processes without any conscious effort from you. Here are 5 fascinating ways your body guards you automatically. You blink somewhere between 15 and 20 times every minute, and you're probably not aware of a single one of those blinks right now. It's one of those things your body just handles for you, like breathing when you're asleep. Every time your eyelids close, they're spreading a thin layer of tears across the entire surface of your eye. These aren't emotional tears. They're a specially formulated mixture that contains oils, mucus, and water, all designed to keep your eyes lubricated and clean. But here's the really clever part. Those tears aren't just moisture. They contain enzymes, particularly one called lysozyme, that actively hunt down and destroy bacteria. So every blink is basically giving your eyes an antibacterial wash. Any dust particles, tiny debris, or microorganisms that land on your eye get swept away before they can cause problems. Then there's the blink reflex itself. If something moves toward your face too quickly, a ball, a hand, even a large insect, your eyelids slam shut faster than you can consciously process what's happening. We're talking about reaction times of around 100 milliseconds, which is considerably faster than your conscious decision-making ability. Your brain spots the threat and closes the protective shutters before you even realize there's danger. It's like having a bouncer for your eyes who never takes a break and has impossibly quick reflexes. When you're lying in bed feeling miserable with a fever, it's easy to think your body has malfunctioned somehow. You feel terrible, you're sweating or shivering, and you just want it to stop. But actually, your body is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's fighting back. Most of the bacteria and viruses that make us sick are surprisingly picky about temperature. They've evolved to thrive at normal human body temperature, around 98.6 degrees Fahrenheit. They're comfortable there, they reproduce efficiently there, and they're difficult to kill there. So your body changes the rules of the game. When your immune system detects an infection, it sends chemical signals to your hypothalamus, basically your body's thermostat, telling it to crank up the heat. At temperatures around 100 to 102 degrees Fahrenheit, those same pathogens start to struggle. Their proteins begin to denature, their reproduction slows down, and some just can't survive at all. Meanwhile, your immune system gets a boost. Higher temperatures increase the production of white blood cells, make your lymphocytes more active, and help antibodies work more efficiently. Your body is essentially creating a hostile environment for the invaders while simultaneously powering up its own defenses. This is why doctors don't always rush to bring down a moderate fever. As uncomfortable as it is for you, it's far worse for whatever's making you sick. Your body knows what it's doing, even if you feel awful in the process. Your stomach is basically a bag of acid strong enough to dissolve a razor blade if you gave it enough time. The hydrochloric acid your stomach produces has a pH between 1.5 and 3.5, which puts it somewhere between battery acid and lemon juice on the acidity scale. That's incredibly corrosive, and you might wonder why your stomach doesn't digest itself. The answer is that your stomach lining is constantly producing a thick layer of mucus that protects it, and it replaces its entire inner lining every few days. But the acid isn't there just to break down your food, though it does that job brilliantly. It's also your first major line of defense against anything dangerous you might swallow. Think about it. Every time you eat, you're introducing foreign material into your body. Some of that food might have bacteria on it, maybe some viruses, possibly parasites or their eggs. If those made it to your intestines alive, you'd be in serious trouble. Your stomach acid takes care of the problem before it becomes one. The vast majority of harmful microorganisms simply cannot survive in such an acidic environment. They're killed within minutes of hitting your stomach. It's like a chemical checkpoint that everything you eat has to pass through. The bacteria that causes cholera, destroyed by stomach acid, salmonella, same thing. Various parasites and their larvae, they don't stand a chance. There are a few clever bugs that have evolved ways around this defense. H. pylori, for instance, can survive in the stomach by producing compounds that neutralize the acid around it. But they're the rare exceptions. For the most part, your stomach acid is silently protecting you from countless potential infections every single day, and you never even know the threats were there. A sneeze can blast air out of your nose and mouth at speeds up to 100 miles per hour. A cough isn't far behind at around 50 miles per hour. These aren't just random reactions, they're precisely coordinated defense mechanisms involving dozens of muscles working in perfect synchronization. When something irritates your airways, whether it's dust, pollen, smoke, mucus, or a pathogen, specialized receptors in the lining of your respiratory tract detect it immediately. They send signals to the medulla oblongata in your brainstem, which coordinates the response. For a sneeze, you take a deep breath, your chest muscles contract violently, and air explodes outward, carrying the irritant with it. For a cough, the process is similar but focuses more on clearing the throat and upper airways. What's interesting is how little control you actually have over these reflexes. Try to completely suppress a sneeze sometime. You can't really do it. You can maybe redirect it or dampen it slightly by pressing on your upper lip, but your body is going to expel that irritant one way or another. That's because these reflexes are controlled by your autonomic nervous system, the part that handles things too important to leave to your conscious decision-making. Your body is protecting your lungs, which are incredibly delicate and vulnerable to infection. If mucus filled with pathogens just sat in your airways, you'd quickly develop pneumonia or other serious respiratory infections. So your body forcefully clears it out. The reflex is so sensitive that even non-dangerous irritants like pepper or cold air can trigger it. Better to overreact occasionally than to let something harmful settle in your lungs. When you twist your ankle or get an infected cut, the area becomes red hot, swollen, and painful. Most people see inflammation as the problem, but it's actually the solution. Your body is deliberately creating these conditions because they're necessary for healing and fighting infection. The redness and heat come from increased blood flow to the area. Your blood vessels dilate, allowing more blood, and therefore more oxygen and nutrients, to reach the injured tissue. This blood also carries white blood cells, which are your immune system's soldiers. Some of these cells engulf and destroy bacteria and debris. Others release chemicals that fight infection. Still others coordinate the healing response and help rebuild damaged tissue. The swelling happens because those dilated blood vessels also become more permeable, allowing fluid and immune cells to leak out into the surrounding tissue. This creates a kind of battlefield where your immune system can confront any invaders without them spreading through your bloodstream. The swelling also helps immobilize the injured area, which makes sense. If you've torn a ligament, for instance, you don't want to keep using it and making the damage worse. The pain is probably the most protective aspect of all. It forces you to pay attention to the injury and modify your behavior. If your sprained ankle didn't hurt, you'd keep walking on it and prevent it from healing properly. Pain is your body's way of saying, protect this area, don't use it right now, let me repair it. Chronic inflammation is a different story and can cause problems. But acute inflammation in response to injury or infection is one of the most important protective mechanisms you have. It's uncomfortable, but it's doing exactly what needs to be done. Thanks for watching. If this helped you learn something new, please like the video, subscribe to Calm Girl Explains, and share it with someone who should know this too. Learning is better when we share it. Thank you.